Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Tuesday, May 9th. So today is the official first day of my 3-week vacation. Yeah. Yesterday, I had every intention of doing a video, possibly, but I didn't get done work until 6:15, and the morning was just crazy with trying to get things done. So no video, and I had done a community post. So this is going to be a paint with me. No true crime story. I'm just going to talk because I have a couple of things to chat about. So we will be diamond painting here in a second, but I wanted to show you stitching progress. Well, first off, Charlize gave me this picture today that she drew, and I'm going to actually put it on our refrigerator, I think. This is a replica of a photo that my mom took at the restaurant we had lunch at after Charlize was officially adopted by my mom. Because my mom, they had Charlize through surrogacy because Charlize was born when my mom was 50. My mom had had a hysterectomy when she was like 26, so couldn't have any kids, and my stepfather wanted a child. He didn't have any children. So they went through surrogacy, and so my mom had to physically adopt her. You know, legally adopt her. So we all went to the ceremony, and then went to lunch, and my mom had taken this picture of me holding Charlize as a baby, and I didn't know that Charlize had replicated this, so I absolutely love it. Charlize has such amazing talent with drawing, so I hope she continues, like, stays with it. You know, it's not what she's going to do for her job, but don't ever stop, you know. Okay, so I did some stitching last night on, I almost said Phoenix, Chameleon, while I watched one of the most awesome movies I've seen in a long time, which I'll talk about that during the paint with me. So I got done this row. And I did this little bit of extra green because it was like right next to it. But yeah, just progressing along. So, you guys know my next project, I want to do Phoenix. And I was debating whether to do it on fabric or paper. On fabric, 14 count fabric, it would be 13.5 by 13.5. On 18 count paper, it's 10.5 by 10.5. So I just really wanted to see like what the stitches would look like and what it would look like holding it, because I had to cut the paper 12 by 12 to have a margin, because when you use mini stretcher bars, they are 1/2 inch on each side. So this is what Phoenix will look like completed. Gorgeous. And then here is my little small start. So this will tell you how big this is going to be. Like, this is the corner. So it's going to be like the whole thing. This is 12 by 12 paper. I bought a bigger piece of 18 count white paper from Dutch Treat Designs. And then these are the mini stretcher bars, which are 1/2 inch thick. And then these are just the tacks, like it's tacked onto here. But yeah, there's my little tiny section done. What I love about stitching on paper, this is going to look so amazing, I think. I mean, that is a solid piece of stitching. Like, that's going to be something. What I love about paper, first of all, it's pretty sturdy. Okay, you have to do a lot to it to rip it and tear it. I didn't want to be trying to handle, though, a piece of paper this large. So hence why I put them on the mini stretcher bars. And one of the reasons why I love to stitch on paper is the stitches are very nice and uniform, because it doesn't have the same give as fabric does. And the stitches are very, very nice and neat. So that's just, and that's blue. That is not showing up properly color-wise. It's blue. It's a really pretty blue. Yeah. So This is going to be my next project after I finish Chameleon. I am not taking any crafts with me on the cruise though. So I drove with Charlize today, which I will explain more about that when we get to the diamond painting part. But we stopped at Michael's because I needed floss, which again, I'll talk more about. And I love candy. We know this. I'm like a candy freak. I love sour candy. Have to be careful of not eating too much because then it bothers my tongue. They had these Mike and Ike's Mega Mix that were sour. This is chef's kiss. Seriously. I've eaten a couple pieces. Michael's has a really good selection of candy. It was amazing. So I'm going to flip the camera onto my diamond painting and we are going to have a chat about a couple things. The weekend, work, stitching, all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned. Okay, so let me turn the light pad off so you can kind of see. I got done this first square. It is dark. It looks so much better in person. But now I'm on the second section. And yeah, so I diamond painted on Saturday. What did we do Saturday? I had a massage, and then what the hell did we do? Why can't I remember? Oh, we didn't really do much of anything because Bill had got the boat back, so he was working on the boat all day. So I came home from my massage and took a shower. And then had the rest of the day just to do whatever. So I did the video and then I did did some more diamond painting until dinner. So yeah, I had a good chunk of the day to myself. Okay, so I forgot to read the winners of the Nix's Notions putty. 5 people won. I've already emailed them and the putty is already packaged up. Tomorrow when I drive with Charlize, because I'm driving with her tomorrow, and then Friday, I'm going to have her drive to the post office so I can drop them off. So the winners are Linda Fabrizio, Lisa Ovivian, Melissa Gupta, Vanessa Schmeltzer, and Crystal Spencer. So thank you to everyone who entered. Yeah, so you guys enjoy the putty. And I just wanted to give like a quick thank you again to everyone who continues to stay being a patron and for being a member of the channel. I truly appreciate the monetary donation every month. You do not know how much it really does help me. It helps me a lot. So I appreciate it so very much. When you really think about the impact you can have for someone, even donating just $1 a month, when I think about, like, let's just say, because I have like 33,600 subscribers, something like that. Imagine if each person, think about this. Imagine if each person gave $1 a month. I'd be able to quit my job. I'd be able, because I don't make even hardly anywhere near $33,000 a month. Now I realize that YouTube, why can't I get this lid on there? I realize that YouTube would take a cut of that, but it would still be a large sum of money. Holy crap. Like, it's amazing. People think that they can't make a difference. You absolutely can. Okay. So the weekend, like I said on Saturday, I told you about Friday, we went to the benefit. Saturday, we did that, and Bill was in bed pretty early because, you know, he got up for work on Sunday. So I stayed up. I want to say I did some diamond painting. I think that's what I did. I stayed up on Saturday night and I finished that square. Because, you know, once you get rocking and rolling, at least I do, I just want to finish it. Once I get the black done and then I start going in and I get down to a couple colors, I'm like, oh, just one more color. Oh, just one more color. Yeah. So that was Saturday. Now, Sunday, I had the designer purse bingo. So I got up and did my usual morning stuff. And my mom and Charlize were coming to pick us up at 12:30. And my stepdaughter's car was in the shop, so her boyfriend was bringing her over. Well, my mom and Charlize got here a couple minutes earlier than that. So they were here before she was. So we all went, and it was a good time. It was utter chaos for half of the bingo, though, because the caller, now these bingos are packed, okay? They're very popular. The caller was an older lady. I want to say she had to be in her 70s at least, if not older. And she was too close to the microphone for a lot of it. So in the beginning, there was a ton of feedback. And my mom is like, oh my God, if I have to hear that sound all day, I'm going to have such a huge headache. And the way she said it, we just like busted out laughing. Well, at this bingo, when they call the number, she puts the ball up on a screen so you can see it. Well, every time she put the ball up there, it was upside down. I don't know why that caught us so funny, but we were just dying laughing. And there was a woman that was sitting like a table over from us that must have known her. And she was like, come on, Janet, like I needed such and such number. And Charlize and I looked at each other and were like, oh my God, her name is Janet. So then we like started just calling her, you know, saying like, damn it, Janet, because there was 2 times. One time I needed a number for bingo and someone yelled bingo and the next number was mine. And then the same thing happened to Charlize. But yeah, we had a really good time. It was a long day. Like we left my house at 12:30 and we didn't get home until 6:30. Yeah. And my stepdaughter won a door prize, which was a Bath & Body Works body spray. My mom actually won a Kate Spade purse, and then she won 2 raffle baskets. She won an Orioles themed basket that had like popcorn and snacks and stuff in it. And then she won this beauty basket that was from a hair salon where she actually won a gift certificate to the salon. There was a $50 gift certificate to the salon in there. They had this candy basket where it was like I want to say they hot glued candy to like a foam thing. It looked like a 3-tier cake. Oh man, there were so many tickets in there. The raffle tickets were $20 for 40 tickets. So I bought $20 worth and I put most of my tickets in that one. I would have loved the candy basket. But yeah, I was glad that Mom, she cleaned up, and the 2 baskets she won were like in a row. So she won 2 baskets in a row, and I thought, oh man, people are going to be like, check her tickets. It was really funny, but I was really glad to see that she won, except for the fact that I bought her a Kate Spade purse for Mother's Day, which I gave to her today. She said she liked it, so hopefully she will use it. I got it off of eBay. And actually, my purse is starting to fall apart. My purse is like 5 years old now. So I probably am going to need to look for another purse here pretty soon. But yeah, so we did that and came home and had dinner. And I was like wiped out. Like I was exhausted. And I didn't do any stitching or diamond painting on Sunday. When I tucked Bill in, I went to bed. I was sleeping. I read a little bit of my book. I was sleeping by 9:15, 9:30. Oh, yes. And the book I'm reading, I finished it. It was called The Silent Bride by Shalini Boland. Oh, man, it is worth a read. This bride goes to get married. And when she sees the groom's face, she's like, who's that? Like she's like, that's not my fiance. And everyone's just, it was pandemonium. And then the rest of the book was her trying to figure out what happened. It was so good. I couldn't stop reading it. I literally finished the book in just about one day. I finished it last night. Couldn't stop reading it. And Frida McFadden came out with a new book. And so did, who else do I have? Kirsten Moglen. So I have two really, I'm saving those books for the cruise. We leave in 4 days. We can't wait. Like, I'm just chomping at the bit. I'm just like, are we on the cruise ship yet? I'm not going to pack until Saturday. Why? Why am I going to start packing now? It'll take me a half hour to pack. It's not a big deal. Plus, we don't have to be there till 2 o'clock. So we got time in the morning. So I'm going to get up on Saturday, get myself ready, and then pack, because then I'll be able to just pack all my stuff. And Bill is actually working overtime at his part-time job tonight and Thursday night because he's going to miss 2 Sundays because of us being on the cruise. So he's working straight through. Like, he'll leave his current job at 2:30, go right to the other one, and he won't be home until like 9 o'clock tonight. And it's the same thing on Thursday. So I'm pretty sure Thursday, especially since also I'm not driving with Charlize because she has to work right in the middle of the day. I am going to clean the house on Thursday evening or Thursday during the day and also do my nails, do my fingernails and toenails. So I will wait. I will clean first and then do my nails because I don't want to get them messed up. But yeah, so Thursday is going to be, I'm aiming it for it to be a very productive day because it'll be nice to be able to come home from the cruise and have a clean house. Yeah. So that's the goal there. And so work. So we worked yesterday, and I am sure that my boss was regretting all of her life choices yesterday by taking this job because the day before she leaves for Spain, she leaves today. The witness was German or Swedish or some other nationality, and he had an accent. Luckily, he spoke pretty slowly, but there were still parts where it was very hard to understand him. Now, today, my boss and I sort of had words a little bit because there were 4 jobs. We had, a couple weeks ago, we had 4 witnesses in one day, and they were all foreign people, and it was really, really hard to understand them. Like, some of them should have had an interpreter. It was almost impossible to understand them. So my boss knew that it was going to entail her listening to these people to try to figure out the unintelligible notations we had. Well, my boss, and this is not gossiping, this is not slander, it is facts. She has a huge issue with procrastination, and she fully admits this. It's a struggle for her. She definitely procrastinates. So these jobs were due last Monday, and they still aren't turned in. Okay, so now the firm is asking for them. The client is asking for them. And she had texted me this morning and said, what were the jobs that they were asking for? And I said, the 4 that were due last Monday, May 1st. And what I should have done now in hindsight is I should have just answered that and left it at that. Instead, I write back, and this was a snide comment, which I fully apologized for. I wrote back and I said, well, they were due over a week ago, so it's no wonder they're asking for them. And my boss did not like that comment by me. She writes back and says, I feel bad enough as it is. I really don't need to hear that from you. And I sat there for a second and I said, you know what? She's absolutely right, because, you know, I think one of the greatest strengths that we can all have as just human beings is realizing what we can and cannot control. I've worked with her now for 6 years and she has never been any different. And so when she turns in jobs is out of my control. I have done everything on my end that I can. So, and me saying those kinds of comments to her, not helpful at all. So I wrote her back and I said, I apologize for the snide comment. I said, you won't get those from me anymore. I said, I'm literally just going to answer your question. I said, because making those comments is not helpful. And then I said, I hope you have a safe and relaxed vacation. And I never heard from her. She never responded, which it didn't warrant really a response. So I just wanted to end it on a good note. And yeah, that was a learning lesson. There are so many things that we probably could just not say, because there are so many things that are said that are unnecessary. Yeah, that really, really are unnecessary. Okay, so last week, was it last week or the week before? I had gotten Taco Bell for dinner. And I had the sweatshirt that I have on right now. The sweatshirt I have on now, if you can see the sleeve is pink. It is an Under Armour hoodie. Oh, if you saw me in the beginning of this video, you saw it. It's an Under Armour hoodie that I've literally had since 2017. So 6 years. And it still looks like I just bought it. Yeah. And I love it so much, and I will wear it until it is threadbare. Well, when I had the tacos, now normally when I eat, I will put like a napkin across my chest because I'm messy. I will spill things, have crumbs, all that. I wasn't realizing when I was eating these tacos, I was dripping taco ground beef grease onto my sweatshirt. When I got done eating, I looked down and I'm like, oh no. Now, so I look up online, how to get rid of grease stains in shirts or sweatshirts. We have like spray and wash, like the stain remover. So I sprayed that generously and then washed it. Well, it didn't really get it out. And I'm like, damn it. So then I looked again and it said, now the key is also not putting it in the dryer until you have the stain completely out, so you don't basically bake the stain into your clothes. So what I did, I saw a post, I forget who it was by, where they said, put Dawn dish liquid on it and really rub it into the stain and then wash it. And they said, keep repeating until the stain is gone. Well, when I did that, it got out like 95% of it. I still had a little bit left. I was astounded at how well that worked. Dawn dish liquid. I was astounded. So yeah, it took like 3 washings, but I got all of it out. I couldn't believe it. I've never been able, like Bill's t-shirts. Also, the key is catching it, I think, early. Like as soon as I was done eating, I saw it and I took the sweatshirt off and treated it immediately. But Dawn dish liquid, holy crap, like something, you know, that I already had. It was amazing, truly. I'm so thankful, and I will remember that from now on. Okay. The last thing I have to talk to you about already? We're at the last thing. Well, one thing I can talk to you about now that they've announced it. Diamond Art Club has announced 2 mystery kits for tomorrow. One of them is a Hannah Lynn. I was slated to get the sneak peek for that, and I have yet to receive the kit, so I wasn't able to sneak peek it. What it'll be is what they call a first look. I just messaged my rep with Diamond Art Club, and I was like, I never got this. So she's checking into it, and is going to let me know what's going on, because obviously I'm not going to be able to sneak peek it. Like I said, it's going to be what they call a first look. So, but yeah, it's very exciting. Love Hannah Lynn. She's my favorite artist, obviously. Mystery kit. I've never had one. I know they're all white. And they're always square, because if you would have round, there would be gaps in between and you would see it. You know what I mean? You would see the white canvas. So yeah. But speaking of diamond painting, I finally bit the bullet and I bought some mesh rulers. So if you don't know what a mesh ruler is, it is literally a metal ruler with circles. Well, I bought 3 round ones and 1 square one. So what it is you lay it down over your symbols, and it's meant to have perfect placement for your diamonds. I did a lot of research this morning before I bit the bullet and purchased them, because they weren't exactly cheap. I bought mine from Drill Pen Frenzy Donnie on her Etsy store. She had 3 different sizes of the round ones. I bought a 140, a 140.5, and a 141, because depending on how old your kit is, they were different size. They were different sizes, the symbols. And I have some older kits. I have some kits, you know, from almost 2 years ago now. So, but I want to say they were each, the total, so those 3 plus the square one. I also got one that was for square diamonds. And with shipping, the total was like $75. And I want to say I got the large ones. I will definitely show them when I get them. I actually watched a video on her channel where she showed how you get it up without lifting the diamonds up. So what she did, I watched Mrs. Coffee too. I watched how she laid hers down, and what she did made sense. Because the mesh, and then there's like a solid piece. She laid the solid piece over diamonds that were already placed, which I liked that idea. And then, but how you get it up, because that was I think a lot of people had trouble. They were lifting the diamonds up with it. So first off, you got to make sure you can comfortably get your diamonds in the space. Like, it shouldn't be too tight where they're technically not sticking to the canvas. They're sticking to the mesh roller, if that makes sense. What Donnie did, and it made perfect sense, is as she was lifting it, she was lifting with this finger and pressing the diamonds down with this finger. So she was just inching along, and it worked perfect. She said that was the fastest she had ever, whatever video I watched, that was the fastest she had gotten the ruler up. And let me tell you, it was perfect. The diamonds were perfectly spaced. You know, I sit here and take my straightener, just like she explained. I take my straightener edge and I'm trying to straighten the diamonds all the time. She had a before, like one section where she did it and one section where she didn't. Oh my. It looked so good. And Mrs. Coffee even showed how you can use a multi-placer with these. She did a 3 multi-placer and it looked really cool. So I am hoping that I can get the hang of it and use them, because I feel like I'm pretty good about placing my diamonds straight, even the round ones. But it would be nice to just go and not have to worry about straightening them afterwards, especially the AB diamonds. Because you guys know that when I have a big chunk, like a big section of AB diamonds, I have just been placing them and then using my straightener and having the mesh roller. And then I also, so another good little tip, if you have a topic or a question you're wondering about diamond painting, if you are a member of the Diamond Art Club VIP group, go in there and up at the top, like on the right, there's a magnifying glass. Go in and click that and you can search for any words within the group. Like I went in there and I typed in mesh and it brought up all the posts where people had asked questions or talked about using a mesh ruler. And there was quite a bit of posts. So I had some reading to do, which I was very thankful for. And I mean, there are a bunch of stores that sell these mesh rollers. It's not just Donnie, but I like to support when I can the small businesses on Etsy. And so that's why I went to her store, because Amazon also has the mesh rollers. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to today because I have like all of my chores done. I'm looking forward to, I really want to complete this square today. I would love to do that. I'm going to listen. I still have a bunch more to listen to on the Normal Gossip podcast. You want to talk about a hot mess of stories. Oh my. They're so good though. They're so good. But yeah, so I'm going to end here, guys. I know this felt like a really short paint with me, but the video is almost a half hour long with what I talked about in the beginning. So I hope you guys are all having a good week, a good Tuesday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.